Welcome to this review of the Sanlam 2018 annual financial results. Today we look at some of the highlights, challenges and key opportunities as we head into 2019. Let's talk about 2018 and the key themes emanating from the period.
You know, 2018 was a big year for Sanlam. It was our centenary, but it was a big year in a tough year. For South Africa, as you know, which remains 60% of our business. It's been tough. I think we're in a better space than maybe we were at the beginning of the year, but it's been tough. Investment market's very negative for the year. So the operating environment and the investment environment, difficult. But it was a big year for us because in the year, we closed out the third phase of our deal with Saham.
Let's focus on Saham for a moment. I mean, that gives you a presence in 33 countries across the African continent. It makes you the largest non-banking financial services group in Africa.
It does. It's a unique position that we find ourselves. It really sets us up very nicely for the next 5, 10, 20 years. We've made a big bet on Africa. We've got a lot of businesses, as you say, and we've got a lot of cash invested in those businesses and a huge opportunity. And now it's up to us to deliver on that.
How is the Saham transaction being bedded down? It was a couple of months ago.
The final phase, which involved us taking control of the business, was effective 1 October. So Junior and the team, they've been hard at it. They've been busy with it. They've had a number of integration streams running for quite some time.
Junior John Ngulube, the CEO of Sanlam Emerging Markets, has played a key role in bringing the Saham transaction to life. We decided to drop in on Junior.
Being in 33 countries gives us that inbuilt diversification. So we can ride some of these ups and downs in individual countries better than most. Angola, Nigeria, the oil exporting countries had a not so good run. Their currencies were under pressure. We felt it in our results. But then the opposite is also true. We also have economies that are doing exceedingly well. Ivory Coast is doing very well. Morocco, very steady growth. So yes, there are swings and roundabouts, and this is where diversification is very important for us.
I want you to focus now on the highlights for the 2018 period. What stands out for you?
I think the resilient performance from the business in a very tough environment. I think 2018 will again prove to be a very resilient and a good relative result. A little bit short as what we would have wanted, but in the environment, very credible. So the diversity that we have again helped us hugely. If I think about the investments business under pressure, some of the countries in Africa, tough environment. We had big currency reductions in Angola, in Nigeria, in Zimbabwe. So those are all things that Junior and the team have to deal with. But I mean, we've had some standout performances in a very difficult
about those standout performances.
Yeah. Well, obviously the big cluster that delivered really well for us was Sanlam, General Insurance. Outstanding year. I mean, really well done to Lizay and to the team. They've really stuck hard at it. Positioned the business very well. Got some good growth in the specialist business, in the reinsurance business. My Way also did quite well there on the growth side. And on the profit side, the traditional Sanlam business, which is called commercial and personal, just absolutely outstanding. A lot of the exercises they took around improving the quality of the risks on the commercial property side, the previous year really worked. We also did extremely well in Sanlam Sky. We did well in the corporate cluster, in particular the investments part of Sanlam Employee Benefits. And we had an improvement in the UK. India had a good year. So, you know, again, the resilience and the diversification of the business has really helped us in a tough environment. It's very tough.
Highlights of the results. Shortly, of course, in our results, what stands out this year is the underwriting margin, the underwriting profit that we made, a margin of over 9% for the Sanlam Group, well above our target range of 4 to 8%. And a lot of that thanks to the excellent margin that we got from the commercial and personal business. 2019, the economy is not going to help us either. It's still very tight out there. We can see that our clients find it difficult to afford insurance and the right level of insurance. But at Sanlam, we will continue to to deliver insurance good and proper to our clients in 2019, and I'm convinced that we have the building blocks in place to have a successful year again. We've got the best people in the industry, we have the best brand in the industry, we have the best and the widest product suite in the industry, and we have the best partners, whether it's our brokers or strategic partners like Saham. We have the best partners, and I am absolutely convinced that we will continue to deliver on our Vision 2020 targets. At the same time, we are going to work very hard this year to start defining our Future Fit 2025 strategy.
We grew 17% compared to last year. We beat our budget by 13%. Our result at just over 2 billion rand is quite pleasing. A lot of work obviously went in from all the colleagues in the various corners of Sanlam emerging markets. So in that sense, I think it is gratifying. In terms of return on group equity value, our key measure, we missed that by a few percentage points this year, mainly on account of our credit business. All the other lines of business met ROGEV. It's our credit businesses that suffered a bit of a setback. But be that as it may, I think we are well positioned to grow off this space going forward.
So SPF's actually had quite a strong year relative to the climate we're finding ourselves in, the macro environment. So the value of new business on a same economic basis is 15% up actually on prior year, which is a strong performance under the circumstances. I think we were helped a lot by some of the really key growth initiatives that we've had in play over the last few years. So the BrightRock acquisition, of course, played a role in helping us, and the Capitec partnership has been a very significant development in our business. And so during the course of last year, we saw a real acceleration of new client acquisition through that. So that gave us that strong growth. I think if you go a little bit deeper into kind of the core business, then we had also quite strong growth out of the entry-level market. And so in that business, about 13% growth, which we were very happy with. But I think we really are seeing in South Africa in the market a bit of a split between kind of strong, actually quite strong growth in the entry-level market and a very, very difficult space in the middle and affluent space.
It's a tough environment to operate in. Markets haven't been very kind to us. And from that perspective, it has been a tough year. You can't hide behind it. It's part of life. So if I think of the business itself, I think we've done a lot of things right to set ourselves up for the future. So from that perspective, I'm very happy with what we've done as a business. Profit-wise, we're under pressure. We're down about 6% after tax for the year, which I think actually, in the circumstances, I'm pretty happy with.
There are two big flows onto our investments platform of over 4 billion rand. Record new business in the group risk space, although we are experiencing the negative claims experience out there, but it's record sales coming in there, as well as the main one being for the first time seeing at least some profitability in our retirement fund administration.
Your key focus for 2019, your overarching goals?
Well, of course, I would say, look, we have a solid strategy at Sanlam and we continue to execute on that. I have to say that the priority is to make sure that we start earning the returns out of the emerging market in Africa footprint. The Africa part of emerging markets, that's the big focus for us. And I'm very pleased that all my colleagues are focused on it, not just Junior in the team, also support from Santam, support from Sanlam Personal Finance, support from the investment business, and even the corporate business will support. So it's a full team effort onto Africa because we made a big bet on it.
I think when we talk about 2018, we must start off by saying that we turned 100 years old. It's wonderful for a company to turn 100 years old.
Most importantly, I would like you to continue doing what you've been doing. We are in a very unique position to literally conquer this continent. And in that respect, I count on you to continue to do what you've been doing. I thank you.
Let's make sure that we continue to do the basics well, and as we work hard to adapt to the future, let's also make sure that we're also doing the day-to-day well and continue to build this great business.
Guys, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your contribution in the past year.
You've stuck to your guns. You've done what you had to do. You've worked well with me. You've supported me. I want to thank you for that. I believe that we have done all the groundwork to make 2019 a very good year.
With Sanlam being 100 years, it actually feels great to be part of this wonderful company.
Proud to be part of this organization, and hopefully we can bring about change in the greater South Africa and Africa as part of our Pan-Africa strategy.
I've been here for 21 years, so to me it's the best company to work for ever.
Ek is vir 33 jaar hier by Sanlam en baie gelukkig en baie goed gewerk afgelope jare.
It's really fantastic to be part of something that has that kind of history and heritage behind it.
Working for Sanlam is amazing. I've been with the company for the past 2 years already, and my family, especially my dad, is very proud that I'm the first person in the family that works for the company.
We are Wellsmiths. Our blood is blue.
I'm always proud to tell people that I work here. Coming to work is always great fun, and I love the people that I work with, and my blood is blue.
Actually celebrating the legacy of Sanlam, where we were, where it's going. I'm actually very excited to be part of the next generations, where we are being pushed to be ourselves, and being yourself is actually very much welcome.
When I first walked into Sanlam, on the sliding doors they had a phrase which said, "What is inside Sanlam?" When the doors close, it says you. I feel part of the family. Sanlam has given me a sense of belonging.
And it's really been an amazing experience thus far. The culture, just the environment, and also the opportunities that is just available to young professionals.
As being a Sanlammer, knowing what the company stands for, looking after their staff, I am honoured to be a part of this wonderful company.
I bleed blue and I'm a proud Wellsmith.
When I sit back and I think about what's been achieved by Sanlam in 2018, in our centenary year, my key message to you as our staff right around the world is a huge, huge appreciation and a message of thanks for the contribution that you've made, not just only in 2018, but also in the past. And also a big request to you to keep it going for 2019 and for the next few years. And the reason for that is that we have a wonderful, wonderful business. We have a wonderful opportunity. And if we keep our heads down and we keep delivering as we did in 2018, we can really produce something very, very special. And you can be part of that. You and me and my colleagues can all be part of that something that's very, very special. We've built ourselves a wonderful business now in South Africa. We have an amazing opportunity to build similar businesses of quality right throughout the continent and deliver on that unique position that we've got in the group. We've got a very solid strategy, we've got the capital, we've got the brand, we've got everything looking for us. Yes, it's a tough environment, there's no doubt, but it's tough for everybody. And we've proved it year and year again that we can grow on a relative basis, even if the absolutes are not quite what we would want them to be. So it's all ahead of us now, and a big, big thanks again to you, each of you, for a wonderful achievement in 2018, and a big request to you to keep the head down in 2019, keep working away, support your colleagues, support those new businesses that we've brought on board, and I think things are looking very, very solid for this group.
Well, there we go. We've heard from many voices in the Sanlam family as we put the 2018 financial results to bed. There's certainly an air of excitement as Sanlam enters 2019 as the biggest non-banking financial services group across the African continent, not to mention its exciting presence in India and Malaysia. This is certainly a story that you can be proud to be a part of.